Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pimps and simps, welcome to the Mac Life, #1 pimp podcast here in the world. It is not long now. I think we are at episode 34. And it is not long now until I am heading overseas. I think we have about a month left. And then all my content is going to be shot just crazy. Like I'm going to try and, if I can get the right lighting, I'm going to be like set up on the beaches in Vietnam each day. Obviously, I might even chuck some podcasts on while I'm on like the plane if I don't annoy people around me that much. I'll just pretty much be filming from like crazy ass places, and I'm going to try and add in a little bit of lifestyle footage as well. I'll see how it goes because I don't really want to add in editing here. So if you do want to check out the lifestyle stuff and you don't follow me on Instagram yet, make sure that you follow me on Instagram. Also, if you're new to my channel and you haven't seen any of my videos before, I cover everything online. How to grow subscribers, mostly about Onlyfans, so how to manage ladies, how to make money with Onlyfans, if you're a creator yourself, how to market, scale, all these sort of things. So let's get into it. We have a lot to go over today. Today was meant to be with my good friend, well, not my good friend, but an acquaintance who I've been chatting with. And he has connections. I don't really want to say it, but he was meant to come on the podcast. He's going to wear a balaclava so that he doesn't show his face. And he's pretty much going to explain why, as well as give out a little bit of business insight to what he does. This is a very wealthy man. However, he had to reschedule today. He was very upset about rescheduling. And, I've been building up the hype of everyone. So I guess we just have to wait for the good things to come. Same as always. Just wait and be patient. These shirts, I usually just replace them and throw them out super quick because I get them in bulk at like $3 a shirt. So if I'm not wearing like a fucking dress shirt, you just buy these and then that end of that week, they just get fucking launched. We have a lot to go over today. Google Ads, if you remember. So actually, the best way to start today's podcast would be to say, this is why we soldier on when everything goes wrong. If you looked at my post yesterday, a lot of people were messaging me like, bro, I appreciate you keeping it real, da-da-da. You know, you got banned from Facebook ads, banned from Google, banned from TikTok. Shopify's frozen my payment so that only a certain amount can come through for some weird fucking reason. My banks are still frozen. That's actually a topic here. My bank is still frozen. My bank accounts. If you don't know why, go back and watch the last few podcasts. And there's some other shit. And then I tried to top it off with a bit of pity by saying I have a sore back as well. And that's legit. That's from these chairs. Even though they look cool, they just fucking wreck your back. Now, the reason that I brought up that, the stuff from yesterday is that you need to soldier on and you need to be persistent into the next day. Because if I had given up, and this is what I say is a lot of people just give up in business when shit gets hard, they are so close to the next thing. Like I got the ad account issue resolved and now I've decided I'm not going to risk the Facebook, Instagram ads for promotion to get girls. In fact, I was lucky because I put out all these posts and I made a joke of it and lighthearted. I had a heap of girls actually reach out, and funnily enough, my management in the space of a day is now full. So that's something I want to cover a little bit more in depth, but my management is now full and essentially I can just build out where I am. I'm obviously still going to take on higher quality girls over time, but the screening process to get those girls is going to be a little bit different. I want to keep on topic and say that I resolved like 90% of these issues. So we got the ad account back. It's only consulting ads running. That's gone live. I think I've spent maybe $12 per message at the moment, which is fine. If you don't know what I do for consulting, I essentially help people with everything with online business. It's just a one-on-one day with me. It's not like I sell you a package. If you want to learn like Facebook Marketplace with me, we can just spend the entire day together doing that. If you want to learn about like branding or e-com, or for example, I have a very good mate at the moment. He come on board and, we've just set him up at he's a personal trainer, and we've just set him up his entire brand. So personal training packages locally and then branching online. I gave him a strategy. I gave him how to build out an online course, how to focus, how to build a YouTube podcast, how to grow an Instagram following, just so much. And so, I'm not trying to sell you anything. These are just the podcasts I do each day. But for my personal consulting, and the reason that I run ads for them is I just do a one-on-one all day. So if people find value in it, I charge $5K US, and that's just all I do. I just spend the entire day with them. Just go nuts. You can ask a million questions. And I just look at it as that's fair, because for me, I'm getting two things. I'm obviously getting $5K for the day, which still, I could make more than that elsewhere, but I'm getting $5K for the day, and I'm screening who I want to work with so that these people I'm building a connection with And that's another topic. They're all going to flow in. It's about network and something else later on that I want to talk about. But I'm trying to keep it all very linear today, trying to keep on focus because I don't want to miss bits. This line is killing me today. It's giving me like Megalisp 7. So with fixing the problems, okay, the Facebook ads account has been fixed. Now, you remember the very first thing recently that I got banned from was Google ads. And Google sent me an email saying, don't try and create a new account. That will be banned too, I just hit create new ads account inside my same business account for Google. Like the exact same, it's still under the Mac Life. I don't know how long it's going to last, if they're going to shut it down, but it's working. The ad got approved. If you go to my channel and go to the intro video that I just put up, I'm getting a call. If you go to the intro video that I just put up, you'll see it's already at like 600 views in a day. That's not like from YouTube. That is the ad going live. And so far, it's cost me about $20 at 4 cents a click. Everything else was organic, maybe like 100 views from just promoting it here on YouTube. And I already explained the reason behind all that, that I've just built it up essentially for social proof. I should put my phone on fucking Do Not Disturb while filming these. I normally have it on Do Not Disturb all the time, but I do not today. On top of that, I found a hookup. I had a hookup in the past on Fiverr, but they got banned from Fiverr. This lady is obviously doing it a little bit smarter because she's like putting spaces between every word. So she's like, send me your Google Mail account. Oh, it's a message from my lady. Now, yeah, so I've got the TikTok account sorted. I've bought a whole new TikTok account. It cost me $25 to $30 Australian. I'll let you know how it goes. It seems like it's all set up and ready to go, so I'll be running TikTok ads tonight. Google Ads account is fixed. Well, there's a second one there, and then the Facebook's running again. So we're back into it. We just have to be smarter with the way that we do things. And we learned with Facebook, I have to be a little bit smarter. I really don't want to test it again yet because it's going to kill off the consulting side of things. However, I am going to test this theory on TikTok first as kind of a pre-warmer because worst case, I can just buy another TikTok account. Essentially, I Googled this and I YouTubed this and I couldn't find anyone else who was doing this. And I thought, like, why not? Why isn't anyone doing this? So, and this is, if you're interested in the OnlyFans style content, listen down to this. Listen down to this. My mind is a little bit sloppy today. And you know why? It's because I've waited longer in the day. It's 1:34 p.m. already. I've waited way longer in the day to film this. We went for like a park walk, me and my friend. And I haven't eaten lunch yet either. So I'm a little bit slower today. See, I already forgot what the fuck I was saying. Oh yeah, so for TikTok ads, I'm going to run the ad. So essentially, if you don't know how the ad process works, how it gets you flagged, there's only really a few things. Either your picture, so your creative, the creative text, or the landing page. They are really the only things that can be pointed to. And essentially, when you run to a landing page, Facebook or Google or whatever, its crawlers run through that page and look for any content that shouldn't be there, hence adult content, da-da-da-da. Now, the ad that I actually had was to push ladies to this new subscription thing that I ran the beta test on, and I'm pretty sure that's what got me banned. But there wasn't really much adult content. However, they didn't see it that way, and so I come up with an idea. The ads can only crawl one page. That's within their rights, essentially, is, you know, they have a direct link to something and they can only crawl what has a direct link. They can't then crawl the links off there further. It's impossible for them, from my knowledge, to do that. So when I think about it, I think, why wouldn't I just use a Linktree link? I use it for Instagram already. I talk about it being the safer option for that. And then you can, also, if you want to take it further, you can get your links shortened down or hyperlinked into this little bit.ly and then put that inside of Linktree. But I really thought about it and I thought, unless they have some rule about linking ads to Linktree, which I haven't really tested yet, which is what the test is tonight, essentially this is my game plan. I'm going to set up TikTok ads, okay? And then I'm going to have them sent to a Linktree page, Linktree, and then from there, they're going to be taken to the sales page. Now, I know, obviously, being an experienced marketer, that when you add points of friction, like an extra page, so they click on the ad, they get taken to another page, then they got to click through again, it's going to kill off a few people. That's understandable, but I'm a motherfucker. My ads are fucking good, yeah? So the drop-off shouldn't be too bad, but also what it does is it qualifies people. So essentially, the people that click through and they're interested, they'll understand the Linktree because of my target audience, and they'll understand, number one, that they have to leave, but then number two, it really kills off the unqualified people anyway. So I don't feel like it's going to be too much of a loss. I am going to set up these TikTok ads tonight, and I'll let you know how they go in tomorrow's podcast. The review process takes a little bit longer, and TikTok's a little bit more finicky. From what I have ran in the past with great success, you constantly have to play around with your bid adjustment to keep it at a level where TikTok's happy. If it's way under, it's not even going to spend anything from your ad, and if it's way over, it's just going to spend everything and bring you no results. So it's really finicky. I don't know if it's still the same, but we'll be testing that. What else? Yeah, I've covered the ad account. I've covered the 4% click. Consulting is back. Bought my TikTok ads account. The management is full. So I really don't want to give away the details yet until everything is in order. Okay, I really just don't want to be like, yeah, and then it happens bad again. I know that's like anti-law of attraction. You should just be super confident in it, but I'll give more details on that coming soon. So essentially my management is full. However, I am willing to take on girls, obviously bringing in over 10K until I have the stack of girls that I want. One of the students messaged me on Instagram, and his name's Josh, and you're probably watching this video right now if you are. Thanks for tuning in, my man. It was one of the stories that I got yesterday that resonated with me. I have a lot of students message me each day, but his really resonated. He said like, he's running his ads. The ads look great. And there's like girls, these ladies that are like feminazi 7 fucking whatever women. And they're like calling him out saying, oh, he's a fucking dirty, sleazy online pimp, all this shit, da-da-da-da-da. Anyway, and these girls, if they're being targeted, they obviously have OnlyFans already. So their mind is just cooked. And when he showed me the video, I can tell that this lady already has problems with everything. You know, she's sitting up on the couch with fucking horrible posture, just filming, screenshotting this dude that she's never met. And she like talked about his physique. Like instantly she's like, oh, he's fucking this and that. And so instantly you can tell that she harbors a lot of insecurities. However, from that, it generated interest and it brought him a lady. I don't know if he's working with her yet, but she is bringing in around 33K a month and interested in working with him. So when you think about it, this is why hate should not affect you at all. You should just let it flow through you, and where you can use it, actually amplify on it. Because at the end of the day, what she hates on some random on the internet, and he makes 33K or 15, 16, 17,000 a month if he signs that deal, and then potentially more from other ladies. So you really do not have to worry about hate or negativity. And you know, in the age that we live, a lot of people forget that all of this, like the podcast, me talking, you listening right now, if you're on your phone or on a computer, if you're on Instagram, all of that, it's just a website. In the future, they're not going to exist. In 1,000 years, this isn't going to exist. This isn't life. People forget that. They get so caught up, and you have to understand that outside of all this exists a real world with real people, with real consequences. So a lot of these people, they put out shit online, and they just don't understand. Behind it, there can be real consequences when someone takes it too far. That's why I tend to remove myself from any sort of negativity. I just block people, because if I am going to get invested, I'm going to get invested 100%. So a lot of people forget that. And so really don't worry, you know, all these people that talk shit to you online, if you get negativity online, it's really nothing. It's really a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a, my brain is running on slug today. I need some nootropics. It's really like a signal, I guess, that you're moving in the correct path, that you're on the right track. But the more people that start to reach out to you and hate on you, it's a signal that you're moving in the right path. And you obviously want to have fans and shit too. You just want everyone hating you. But this is a crazy part. When you first start out, usually no one believes in you because you have a lack of expertise and a lack of skill. So you will have more haters than you do followers. But as you push through that, you build competency, you build skills, and you stick by your morals, your ethos, your code, okay? Then you're going to start to spindle that around, and then you win. Crypto's crashing. Everyone's wondering what the fuck's going on. Crypto is crashing. I just call it the crypto fire sale. Everyone else is stressing. Now, obviously, this is not financial nor legal advice. I'm not a financial planner. The AA battery is not included in this podcast. Okay? Make your own decisions like an adult. But for myself personally, when all of this happens, I just look and I think there's probably never going to be a time point in history where I can get Ethereum again for under $4,000 AUD. That's my fire sale time, baby. So And that's what's annoying about the bank still having my account frozen. Right now would be a time where I would scoop up a large portion of crypto using that liquid cash there, but it's not liquid because it's frozen. So my mate, he actually works in one of the departments for the bank that handles this sort of stuff, not my bank, unfortunately. And he basically said, like, after this is resolved, because I sent through all the necessary details, he said the bank is going to be kissing my ass and da-da-da-da, but I don't give a fuck, you know. It's ridiculous. The money is all being withdrawn from the bank. The only reason I had it in there recently is it's made it a little bit easier with accounting purposes. But soon when I leave Australia, okay, and my company will be moved elsewhere, I'm not going to have to worry about paying capital gains tax on crypto transactions when the crypto that I own was not bought with Australian currency and not within Australia. Oh, that's my other mate. He hasn't messaged me in quite a while. Just a day for it. You know, really only a few people have my number as well. I keep it very, very low key. I keep my family, my girlfriend, my best friend down here, and maybe 2 other friends have my number. So that's really it. Crypto crash, it's fire sale time, baby. If you ever played Call of Duty, you remember like the zombies. You would run through this thing and it would make the box that you would pay 900 for all of a sudden become worth 10. Okay? And then it was funny, when I used to play with people, I knew that eventually the odds were in my favor that if we survive long enough, we're going to get that. And they would just go spend all their money on getting the box and paying for it. It was like $1,000, okay, trying to get what they want. And in my head, I just bought the other necessary shit. And then when the thingy come, they went and used it anyway because it's fucking addictive, just like gambling. They went and used it, and most of the time they didn't get anything better. And they had no money, and I had this mass amount of money that I've accumulated and got the shit that I want cheaper. So you can apply shit like that to real life as well. Also, let me know. I'm going to be so fucking yadded up. Give me some suggestions. I'm getting all of this finished and added while I'm in Thailand on the way to Dubai. All of this is getting added. Like getting leaves and shit added, maybe a bee. The entire back is getting done. You've already seen the design. I chucked it on YouTube and Instagram as well. So I'm pumped for that. Now I'm going to finish off the leg as well. And who knows? I reckon when you're rich, that's when you can get your hands and neck done. I reckon you should leave that out until you're rich. And not because of the fact that, employment and da-da-da. I just, for myself, I've always wanted to do it. But I've been like, you know what? I'm going to hold off until I'm rich because that's my like reward when I have serious fuck you money. Like, yeah, that's my reward. So when you see the hand tats and the neck tats start to come, be like, oh, fuck. Like he's got some serious money. But this is a thing that I wanted to bring up for the next topic, and it ties in nicely. And it's about analyzing your weak points. And I heard this on an interview yesterday. It was a really smart dude. And he was saying how most people don't analyze their weak points and look at your weak points. And they're not even aware of their weak points. And their goal is to just pretend that they're not there and bury their head in the sand. And that's their way of dealing with it. And there's a cognitive bias for this as well, stress influence bias. And you make decisions quicker when you're under stress. And, decision. The actual bias is decision avoidance bias, I believe it's called. And it's basically that when you're presented with these harder decisions, you would do whatever you can quickly to avoid, okay, to get away from the stress. And stress influence bias, they tie in nicely. And essentially he was saying most people don't analyze their weaknesses. And when I thought about myself, I thought I constantly analyze my weaknesses and what is needed. And that's why this year is going to be a big year, because it's not really just money. People think it's money. That is their weakness. It is network by far, because, you know, if you were friends with billionaires, trillionaires, assassins, like just crazy shit, like this shit you see in movies, when you're well connected, okay, and you have connections and dot points, money really doesn't matter too much. You can get shit done, you can get shit moved. And when it comes time to crunch, okay, if there's shit going down, you need connections. And I really thought about it. I have a few connections, but nowhere near what I need. And, you know, my number one connection would probably be my dad. He's really wealthy. My dad is, if you don't know, and this is a good thing. People, if you haven't heard my podcast before, people ask like, did you get your money from your dad due to this? I've never taken a single dime from anyone, especially not my family nor people around me, anyone. I've never taken a single dime. So my dad, and he wasn't wealthy until actually just a few years ago. He worked in the mines his whole life, and he was an entrepreneur. He has a very engineering mind, and he built a product that essentially saved a lot of people's lives in the mines. I don't want to get too into it, but essentially underground, you can get this thing called a fluid injection, which is where oil squirts out at such a high pressure from these poles and it just looks like water. And what would happen is when it enters your body, this is my knowledge of it too. My dad obviously tried to dumb it down for me. When it goes into your body, it would start to eat away at the soft tissue. And essentially what they had to do was amputate it before it would eat away more and more and more. The problem is they didn't know in which parts it had gone in and they didn't know how much had gone in. So what was happening was they were amputating people in the mines. They were like, okay, you got a fluid injection here. We're not sure if it went all the way out. We're not sure if it went here. So they're amputating from like their shoulder to prevent. And then when they did the autopsy on the arm afterwards, they were finding in some cases that like the actual oil had gone clean through and out the other side and there was nothing. There wasn't even any ability for it to eat away at soft tissue. So people were getting their arms amputated and shit like that, legs amputated legitimately when there was no reason for it to be. It was just because it was like the better of the worst options. They're just basically taking precautions. And my dad essentially invented a product that goes into oil. Okay, it has no effect on the actual oil. And what happens is if you're ever hit with that, they can just run a blue light over and then actually drain it out of certain bits and cut it out. So it's saving people from being amputated, mines being sued, da-da-da-da. So my father's very intelligent in that sense, and in the engineering sense, he won all these awards. And me and him are working on something together. And when I say, like, people always say these in videos, they say, I'm working on something that's revolutionary, it's life-changing, it's going to affect all these lives, da-da-da. And they run a fucking marketing consultancy. Yes, it can help people's lives, but the really, really big shit, okay? Me and my dad are working on something that is... I would say $1 trillion idea, and it's something it's something the world. I don't even want to give it away because I don't want to ruin it. You'll just get to see it come to fruition in these next couple of years, and it is it's the sort of shit that if people knew what it is, people would get assassinated over it. That's a sort of level that it's at. So I'm gonna keep it under the wraps. I'm not really going to say anything more about it in the podcast. The reason me and my dad aren't working on it currently is he owns a large guest house in the Blue Mountains, and he's put that up for sale. Is that my lady? No, someone else. He has it up for sale. He has a heap of his money tied up in that asset. So once that's out, a few million and more time. It's really more time than money. Then we're going to play around with it because we want to make sure that we have certain things in place first. Patterns. Da 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 da. Yeah. What else? That was tying into analysis of weak points. This is why I like having my list here. And really, my dad is probably my best connection. If I had to reach out to someone, I could reach out to my dad. He's very wealthy. He has a lot of influence in certain areas. So I guess that's my strongest point. I'm very blessed that I have that. But other than that, I have a few big player friends. But really, I need to expand my network. I need to meet some motherfuckers like who I can bring value to and be like, look, I can this is why I'm building a podcast. This is why I'm doing this and building that influence myself so that I can bring value back and then get connected with people who have, value in certain areas. Because I was really thinking about this heavily last night. And all of life is really an expression in the search of more power. That's all it is. You are constantly searching for more power, more control. That's all it is. If you could turn yourself on fire and become immune to being killed and burn people, like, you are essentially the most powerful person on this planet. If you were like some fucking superhero, no one could injure you, no one could kill you. You could do what you want, take what you want. The only thing that stops you from doing that now is like there are systems in place and collective systems of people that are far more powerful than you. The government, the legal systems, the this, the that, these things. And it's probably for the betterment of society so that people aren't getting wrecked. But yeah, I don't know how today's podcast went from business advice to like fucking philosophy, but analyze your weak points, okay? That's what I'm trying to look at is really, money isn't everything. You really need a connection. But to get a good connection, you either need money or you need influence already. And the best way to build your influence, I talk about this in every single thing, is start by using YouTube. Or if you're better with TikTok, go ahead on TikTok, create short videos. They're really not my style. They haven't worked for me. Go ahead, like my two biggest things have always been Instagram and now YouTube is building big. Where I did crush it is TikTok ads because it's so cheap. I can get my message out there and people are just constantly bombarded with it. But my organic stuff never fucking hit anything. So TikTok ads, I'll be smashing on that. What else? While I'm overseas, I'll be putting out heaps of BJJ footage as well, jiu-jitsu footage, kickboxing. I'm going to try and train in as many different gyms around the world as I can so I can like develop my skills in different areas. And I want to know that when I get my purple belt, that I'm a legit purple belt and I can stack up against purple belts from anywhere in the world. Something that I'm working on. So that's a weak area that I want to work on. Obviously, I want to better my jiu-jitsu, I want to get a little bit bigger as well. I need to gain a little bit of size. So that's what I'm working on. And this isn't betterment, but this is a fucking topic. Sitting so much is killing my fucking back. It is destroying me. I am dying by having such a sore fucking back from this shit. So I need to not sit as much and get moving. So I'm kind of adding in extra challenges on top of growing this business. I want to try and grow this business, but limit the amount of time that I work to 3 to 4 hours a day. Now that constraint makes it a very fucking hard challenge. But I think I can do it. 3 to 4 hours sitting and then maybe, a little bit, like I can network and do shit from my phone. But that's all for today. Today was very sloppy, I feel. I feel almost today's podcast was sloppy. I still got 26 minutes worth of talking in, so hopefully you picked up some nuggets in there. I'm just feeling like I need to get out and move today. Like things aren't feeling correct. Did you ever get those days? I don't know. If you do, let me know. Hit subscribe down below. I will see you in завтра's video. И это все. Пока.